So let's see. There we go. Alright, let's make this a tad bit smaller. Ah, what a good day. I feel like I didn't get too much work done, but I was listening to a lot of music last night and today, mostly Final Fantasy VII remake music. It's so well done. It really just goes to show how, like, if you keep improving on something, like, over decades especially, like, you really come out with a really nice product, you know? And it's definitely going to serve as, I think, the musical foundation in terms of style of, like, what my Seditionist game is going to be like, like, so, I was listening to, I mean, I don't know if anyone played Final Fantasy VII, but there's a lot, it's obviously one of, like, the greatest RPGs ever, but there's a character named Tifa, I think. And it's funny too, because they kind of reduced her boob size because she was a little too overly sexualized, and they redid her music as well. And I thought that was and like that musical piece would actually be perfect for like the overworld theme for like say America in my game. Because the America in my vision of Seditionists, right? It's the future. Is like it's a desolate wasteland. It's crap, and I guess I could probably give a little bit of the story, but basically, it's under occupation by like the Empire, by ogres, like alien forces, right? And they recently just kind of just told everyone to f off and declare independence. So it's there's a lot of crap going on, but it can be built into like a great civilization kind of thing. So it's not too much. It's somewhat different from like what George Washington had to do, where it was. I mean, I guess the way you can interpret it is, they had to tame the what is it, the frontier, because it was all inhabited by the Native Americans or something, the the Indians. So so it's all that stuff. So it's roughly that, but it's more about working your own land rather than go and conquer someone else, because I want the theme to be different, and it is different because the story is different. All right, so spending a lot of time with that, and then of course I'm still going through the multiplayer coding course. It's an all right pace. I mean, I'm gonna try to finish it by this weekend or early next week, which I would consider late. But I have to spend a day uploading my game to the Apple iOS store, so I'm gonna have to spend a whole day on that. All right. Well, I guess I'm around the Pancake Twitter, but I don't know. I looked at it, and I don't see a vote for farm reduction yet. If anything, I see them increasing rewards and adding new pools, so I guess that's a good sign. So I don't know what's really up with Pancake Swap, but as always, we'll keep an eye out. But I guess that is a good sign because that means they're not just going to keep chopping off everyone's APRs, because that's what's actually going to kill the project if they keep doing it too much, especially. All right, so I haven't really had a chance to really look at the markets, but I did know that Bitcoin and crypto is under some kind of pressure. But based on what I'm seeing here, it looks like not nearly as bad pressure as everyone else. All right, so the equity markets are down 1%. Yep, that's kind of annoying. Crude oil is down a whole lot. Yep, precious metals we don't care about. Not surprisingly, silver is doing shit, as it always is. Bitcoin is still doing pretty crappy. It's under 45,000, but I guess compared to everyone else, it's doing very well. Nvidia is doing very well on the strength of gaming data centers. What? Since when did? Since I thought they only made video cards. Data center and gaming segments. Oh, okay. Data centers. So they do software now? Okay. Well, I mean, no, Jerry Yang was the founder of Yahoo. I forgot the name of the guy who runs Nvidia, but he's a really smart guy. He really knows how to code. Okay, so ride's down a little bit. Makes sense. It's matching Bitcoin, frustratingly. Well, not frustratingly. I'm just frustrated that Bitcoin's not going up. But I mean, it's in its pullback phase now because it has to pull back. So you might as well get it over with. The dollar didn't do anything, so that's good. And bond yields did not appear to be doing anything either. Okay. Okay, they're going after Lauren Boebert. I'm actually kind of really sick and tired of looking at all of this political shit because I know it's all lies. It's all bullshit distractions because I know none of it's going to change. Right? People actually think we have a democracy. That's not true at all. Right? Just like my Twitter account. It's not really mine because they keep deleting my followers. Now I'm down to 31.6. Pretty soon I'll eventually be 31.5, then 0.4. This always happens. It really pisses me off. Oh well, my gab's kind of increasing, I guess. Alright, so let's take a thorough look at crypto here. I already went over PancakeSwap, so no changes there, thankfully. But today is Wednesday, so either tonight or tomorrow we should hear from PancakeSwap what the next APR reduction vote's going to be. And we'll have to see if Moonpots and Chesscoin liquidity pools are on the chopping block. Alright, so Bitcoin, as I said, is below 45,000, just slightly below. So Binance Coin dipped, Ethereum dipped, Dogcoin dipped. So everything's still much higher than it was before, but it's just a slight pullback. So this is actually pretty healthy. And then Solana is actually already recovered from its pullback. I know Audius Coin is also doing really well, which sucks because I wish I kind of had Audius Coin. And then, who the hell knew that TikTok was going to partner with them? So Audius Coin is going to the moon for sure. VeChain already at 12 cents. So a lot of altcoins are already recovering. I don't know what this Avalanche coin is, but it's doing really well. PancakeSwap's doing alright. So yeah, there's a lot of negative numbers here, but all these crypto prices are actually much higher than it was, typically speaking, from say a week or two ago. Let's see. So Audius Coin is somewhere around $1 billion market cap. So let me see if I can just scroll for Audius here. Audio is $3.23. It's already up in 7 days, 95%, 94.5%. I am curious about something. Let me see, hotbits.io. Can we actually buy, or I know you can buy Audius from Hotbit, but can you actually DeFi farm that? Because if I can, I'm going to actually go buy some Audius Coin right now. Audio. Here, well, I have to check to see if this is working. Yeah, well, I see everything here. Hey, there's Moonpot Coin Farm. 30% APR. Yeah. Let's see, Audius. No, Audio. Yeah, there's nothing here. Okay. Damn, I would love to get some free audio coin. Oh yeah, this doesn't update till tomorrow, so, because it's every Thursday. Alright, before we look for Greg's video, I'm hoping Greg's video is up because I started early in anticipation that Greg's video was going to be up. Let's see, 9 minutes ago. Perfect. Yeah, he's very early. Good. Yeah, there was a time period where Greg was putting it out at 5 and 5:30, and I was like, oh, come on. Okay, indicators gave traders buy signal hours before Filecoin and near rallied. And a hat. Unlicensed crypto. John Cena. Da, 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 da. Bitcoin will remind everyone who the king is, says trader as Bitcoin. Okay. Quant. While Bitcoin's here to support crypto and the infrastructure bill is a political shell game. Alright. Facebook's doing market calls for fair shot crypto payments. Okay, Bitcoin Money Metric is flashing again in here. It just doesn't surprise me. Who are these people? I've never heard of these people before. Okay, now the Dutch are getting mad at Binance. Very annoying. Bitcoin's weekly MACD just crossed bullish for the first time in 11 months. Perfect. Alright, so everything should be going up, at least in crypto. So it's just a matter of just waiting out this stupid pullback, and then once this little pullback, hopefully it'll be over tomorrow or Friday, then, you know, we're gonna be sailing pretty well here. We're gonna sail pretty well. Ready Player Earn where NFT gaming and virtual economy coincide. Okay, I don't even think that headline was written correctly. Okay. I like this. I like this thumbnail picture. It's just some guy sleeping. Who does their artwork? I've always wondered about that. All right, so I'm just gonna. Well, I guess I'll just screenshot this. I mean, I was kind of hoping to get like a little bit above his head too, but that's okay. All right, so we'll do that. Oh, that's the other thing too. I didn't finish my thought from earlier, but as I'm thinking about the story for Seditionists, at least the TV show, and then of course that'll bleed over into the games, you know, it really makes me think about, I've been thinking about all day today about how the hand of God really has been guiding me all this time. I mean, I always knew that was to be true, but to actually see the results of that personally is... And I can't even comment on it because it's mostly related to the trademark stuff, and obviously I don't want to give that out. It's obviously just in case the guy's watching, because he's gonna get hit very hard when that opposition gets filed with the EU IPO. So yeah, but anyway, you know, it's really incredible for me to see. Wow, you know, I would have been screwed if I was not a Christian, or at least not following the way of Christ or God or whatever, right? And it's just, man, I don't know how else to describe it except that, yeah, the hand of God really is real. And so people better start paying attention. So, but that's good news for all of you, right, who's following me. So, anyway, I wish I could elaborate more on it, but I'm also thinking a lot about that too. So anyway, Goldman Sachs warns on the economy, Fed, blah, blah, blah. Alright, so a little bit of FUD from Goldman Sachs. The thing is, Goldman Sachs is usually pretty spot on about a lot of things. Battle of the Reichstag in 1945. Animated. I don't know, I don't really feel like watching any World War II stuff though.
Hey everybody, here we are, you and me. I've been waiting for this moment all day, seriously. I was looking forward to hearing what was going to come out of the mouth of the Federal Reserve. You know, we heard from their minutes today. We're going to cover that, and it's just laughable. We'll talk about the markets, Citigroup, Goldman Sachs, crude oil, everything. So let's do that. Let's start off with this market. So what happened today? Well, stocks finished in the red. Anything dramatic? How about no? About a 1% across the board fall for the Dow, the S&P, and the NASDAQ. Okay, what does this mean? Well, nothing. How do we know that? Look at the 10-year yield, 1.27. Okay, no panic here. Look at the dollar, just about flat. Again, after the Fed minutes. You see, what's going on here, you have to understand. Turn on CNBC, Bloomberg, Fox Business, any one of them, and they're going to tell you that, oh, the market's getting spooked because the Fed is talking about tapering. First of all, that's not true. The Federal Reserve, the things that dwell in the land of the Federal Reserve, they were kind of split down the middle, you know, with half the camp saying, oh, you know, we should taper sooner than later. The other camp saying, oh, no, things are not really so good. It's not going to happen anytime soon. And the market, despite the falling today, stocks, I mean, again, the 10-year yield reflected nothing. The dollar, nothing. Okay, maybe we're going to get a small correction. Maybe this time we'll get one. You know, 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, that's not a correction. Corrections are 5, 10, 15%. We haven't had one of those in years. That's the truth. Has nothing to do with the Federal Reserve. Nothing at all. Period. The end. This is, again, a market who realizes what the Fed is going to do. And that means they're going to continue to buy assets. That's pretty much where we stand. I had to write a bunch of stuff down here. Actually, let me read this to you because this is a quote from the Fed minutes. Substantial improvement in the economy is not yet met. So they're telling us the economy is shit. Like we need a duh for that one, I think, actually. And again, they were split on the taper time. People, it's insane. So the takeaway from the minutes for me, and I'm sure for you, if you were listening to this, there's no plans whatsoever, and the debt market, including the dollar, a unit of debt, is agreeing with us. That's the camp I'm in. The Fed is not going to taper anytime soon because they're saying the economy is crap. Basically, we haven't had a single piece of good economic news. You know, it's interesting. You turn on the freak show, CNBC, Bloomberg, Fox Business, and they're parading out creatures who are talking about, the economic news isn't so bad. It really couldn't be any worse, people. You know that. So they're paying these people whatever to, bullshit. It's over. The economy is contracting as a percent of GDP. As a matter of fact, it's in free fall. We haven't had a single piece of good economic news, and as far as the eye can see, it's astonishing to me. It really, really is. More people today are on public assistance than ever in history. And that's supposed to be an economic boom. Sure, it's booming for the well-off and the rich, but for everybody else, not so much. And you know that. Anyway, so on the back of the, roughly 1% sell-off, nothing pretty much in the stock market. This is a buying opportunity. How do we know that? 10-year yield, 1.27, dollar flat. We buy the dips, every one of them, until the 10-year yield starts to spike in an uncontrolled fashion. 1.3, 1.4, 1.5 very rapidly. That's going to put pressure on the stock market and it's going to sell off hardcore. Until that time, we buy all the dips. We buy all of them, period, the end. Even dips in everything else, cryptos, which in aggregate had some pressure on them today, except for Dash. Dash is about 210 right now, and they're all going higher, people. Gold and silver also under a little bit of pressure today. Now, crude oil. Let's talk about crude real quick. Took a hit today, about 2%. I'm a little surprised to see crude fall to where it is, about $65 a barrel. But look, let's put that into perspective real quick. It has no business being here. No business at all. The true price for crude, under 20. Under 20. It's all propped up. When crude gets into, well, we're not really there yet. I would say probably the $62 range. We got to start going, false flag alert. We're not really there yet. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see how crude is going higher, in my view, and in the view of most, in fact, all of the Wall Street investment banks have about a $100 target on it. I'm in that camp too. I think crude is going much higher. How they get it there? Well, that'll be an interesting story. Maybe they'll devalue the dollar more. Maybe they'll sink a tanker, bomb a refinery. I don't know, some other nonsense. That's what they always do. So why would it be any different this time?
Yeah.
And on the back of crude oil falling...
I was distracted playing Mighty Heroes, but Disclose.tv said that on Twitter just a short while ago, because a couple of people tweeted at me about it, that Planet Palantir bought $50 million worth of gold because they are expecting some kind of weird black swan event, and they work with the CIA. Now, personally, it's like, I don't know. I'm a little over the whole conspiracy shit, especially since I'm seeing all this crap unfold in the Taliban in Afghanistan. It's actually kind of odd, like watching the Taliban actually give an interview with like a woman. Like, that's like a big deal for them. I mean, it could still all be an act, but if they were actually sincere, then this is what they would do. So it's kind of an interesting situation. And on top of that, they're still, as far as I know, they're still allowing all the U.S. Marines to operate the Kabul International Airport to like evacuate everyone, and they're letting people leave. So I don't know, man. It seems to me it's just the neocons and Con Inc. fake right grifters just being, F words. Trying to start some shit up, and along with all the CIA bots that are spamming me.
Today, what else? Energy across the board fell. Financial stocks fell. But people, look, All you got to do is look at the 10-year yield, the dollar, and you know it's a buying opportunity. It is a buying opportunity. Let's move forward. We got some interesting news today from Goldman Sachs. This is what they're saying specifically. Goldman Sachs is warning on the economic situation here. It's not good. Really? Oh, and then Citigroup, the one that already warned us twice about the stock market and it kept hitting record highs. Well, they're kind of echoing Goldman Sachs as well. The economy is not good. Oh, really? Oh, thank you very much. People, it's insane. You really, you can't make this stuff up. You know what this, I also want to read this to you real quick, just in case you are not aware. So 7 straight months now of the S&P 500 making gains. 7 straight months. Maybe we'll get a down month. Oh, could you imagine my surprise? You see, this is not normal for a market to have 7 straight months of gains. It's just not normal. Now let's talk a little more about the Federal Reserve today. Now, we all understand, at least you should, that one of the mandates of the Federal Reserve is price stability. Price stability. Well, there's no price stability whatsoever. We have inflation spiking at its fastest pace ever, food inflation out of control, housing in a hyper bubble. I mean, really, this is all the Fed. And they're going to be, again, nothing's going to happen to them. Understand, when this whole thing comes down of their doing, okay, this is all engineered, nothing's going to happen, just like last time. And they were responsible for the last market crash and the one before that and the one before that. It's always the Fed. They create an environment of risk like they're doing now, except we've never seen anything like this before. They allow these bubbles to manifest themselves and then they deliberately bring them down. But there's been nothing like this one. So price stability mandate. I'm still waiting for one of our so-called representatives that care about us so much to pull that thing from the Federal Reserve, the chairman, Yellowstein, before a committee and say, explain to us about how inflation is contained or it's not widespread. Explain to us why you're not, sticking to your mandate of price stability, why you're running an inflation creation machine to deliberately create inflation. Unbelievable, people. They're also creating a deliberate environment of risk by suppressing rates now for, over a decade. Can't make this stuff up. It's unbelievable. What else we got here? Really, that's it. There's not much else to talk about with regard to the Federal Reserve. This is a game, okay? And the propaganda is being put out by the mainstream channels. But all you got to do is look at the market itself. And I'm not talking about the stock market because the stock market is a derivative of other things. The stock market is a derivative of the debt market, the dollar, what crude oil is doing, because that, again, energy sector, financial sector, and of course the Fed's balance sheet. You know all this. So forget about what's coming out of these creatures' mouths because you know where to look, okay? And until, like I said, that 10-year yield starts to spike, and it's pretty stable right now, every dip in the stock market should be bought, period. All right? If you have a different perspective, I would love to hear it. But I want to hear, if you have a different perspective than I do with regard to the market, back it up with something. What are you looking at? Understanding that the market is a derivative of the debt market, number one. Number one, the debt market hyperbubble is what's, creating this environment right now. And the Fed, is making sure that it continues to do what it's doing. There's no taper in sight, okay? Gauging from the 10-year yield, gauging from the dollar. So I really would love to hear, again, we all know that this market's going to come down in an epic fashion. It's going to be biblical. But that's going to be when? Exactly. When we get a sell-off in the debt market. That's the only thing, period, the end, that's going to cause this market to fall in any kind of meaningful way. All right, people, look, that's it. I covered a lot of important things here. I hope you probably watch this video twice. Listen to what I've spoken about here. Take it in. Goldman Sachs, Citigroup, understand what's happening to you. You're being propagandized. You're being lied to on a massive scale. All right. This guy here loves you a lot. I will see all of you in the morning. And I'm looking forward to reading the comments. So, and I promise you I will. I want to hear from you. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay. Alright, I was just playing my part. Alright, so I was kind of like half paying attention to it, but I didn't really hear anything that was critically problematic. He did mention 7 to 10% is a normal correction, but we don't get those anymore. And I don't even think he said anything about cryptocurrencies. So, or at least anything important about it. So that probably means, yeah, we're just gonna have to keep waiting on this. Hold on, let me. So let me see. What do we have here? Yeah, two straight days of a red candle. Oh, that sucks. I mean, I guess it really is gonna try to drop to 43.3k, which sucks because that means I'm gonna wait a little few days before my stupid put options can, you know, work some money into this. Very, very annoying. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's just how it goes, I guess. So, all right. So I'm gonna go. I need to get back to work. I need to just do a lot of work, especially since now that I've got I basically have like a kind of free time right now. You know, I figure I should take advantage. Let me see. 44,600. What does this thing say for this? Yeah, this is extremely annoying, man. Like, is it gonna be like this stupid price range for like the next fucking 6, 8, 10 weeks before it goes up to like 60k? It's like this stupid bull run is so like slow and stupid. You know, it is starting to make me wonder if there is manipulation going on. Right? Look at all these millions of red candles. It's like we've been suppressed enough, and then that also doesn't take into account last year, right? So what the hell's taking so long? And on top of that, you know, you got the Fed literally pumping money all over the place. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. But how long will this take? I mean, it could take up until another 2 days. So that would be, yeah, so Friday night, maybe. Yeah, very frustrating, but you know, well, we can't really do much except just buy and take some profits, because now will probably be a good time for all of that. Alright, I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching.